Sup home skillets, welcome to the first live stream of 2022, I'm gonna say. Glad to see you all here. Had a bit of a break over the Christmas period and had a good time. But now it's time to restart the streaming experience. So welcome to all of those who, all of the regulars, and welcome to all of the newcomers. Tonight we are going to be cooking 3 dishes out of this cookbook, the Blue Willow Inn. Apparently, and I just googled it before we started, this restaurant's up for sale. Don't know if I'm going to buy it. Did cross my mind. Hello, Sooty. Do you want to say hello? Sooty is here for the first stream. Hello, Sooty. Sooty's here for some second dinner. But yeah, I don't have a huge amount to say apart from we're going to be doing some, so apparently a signature recipe from this restaurant. So these fried green tomatoes. So we're going to go out and we're going to pick some green tomatoes from the garden. We'll do a bit of an update on the garden as well. We'll do a little bit of a tour. We will be doing an apple-based coleslaw. And we will do the main, which is Savannah rice with shrimp. So it's kind of like a gumbo, but I guess a little bit drier than that. I've not cooked any of these recipes before. I got this cookbook a couple of months ago, and yeah, it's spent some time looking through it today, and I'm keen to give it a go. So that's what we're gonna do. But it does look like we're going to give Sooty second dinner before any of that happens. Because he's a very hungry cat. Whoop. And we'll have some frontier music on the background. Yes, so playing around with some new tech as well. New camera, it's an Elgato face cam. Not entirely happy with my decision there, but I've adjusted the lighting a little bit as well. I'm gonna have to do some color balancing once I review this stream, so bear with me. But yeah, so let's get to it. The first, I guess the key thing here is we're gonna cook some rice. Oh, I forgot the cream. That's okay, we can make that. A lot of these recipes call for canned things. Cream of mushroom, canned everything. Ritz crackers seem to be real popular in the South. I don't know what the deal is there, but a lot of these sort of classic American and especially Southern cookbooks will call for prepackaged goods, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not normally how I would cook. So we're gonna work it out as we go. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to make a cream of mushroom concentrate, I suppose, which is fine. To be honest, it probably tastes better than the canned stuff. But I do have some mushrooms. Hello, Sooty. You get out. Cream and mushrooms. Surely that's all that's involved. So I'm going to get the rice on. I'm going to get the oven on, because this Savannah rice is a baked dish. As always, these recipes will be in the Discord, in the recipes channel. So he's looking at me, he's like, if I hang around for a little bit longer, maybe I'll get some more food. Maybe he will. How about some biscuits, Sooty? How about some biscuits? At the moment we've got them on the old chicken and turkey with cranberry, so it's a bit of a Christmas throwback. Here you go. Let me try that. See what you think of that. All right, let's get the rice on. Yeah, so I hope you're all well, and I hope you had a good break. Pretty quiet here, didn't go anywhere, so we had Christmas here in Canberra. And as Omicron continues to sweep across the world, we're pretty limited in our options in terms of travel. I want just a little bit more rice. There. The recipe here calls for 2 cups. That's almost 2 cups. So we're cooking for 2 tonight, but this will make leftovers without a doubt. Rinsing the rice as always. And once we get that in, we'll go into the garden. We'll find ourselves some tomatoes. And tonight we're going to be using amaranth instead of okra. Because I don't have any okra, but I've got a lot of amaranth, and it provides similar properties. I don't know if it would ever have been considered at the Blue Willow Inn, but amaranth has a slightly see, I always like try to hold off using the word slimy when it comes to cooking ingredients, but okra is quite slimy, and amaranth does give, it's kind of like malachia or like Egyptian mallow. It has a slick kind of gel texture that it imparts to the mix. So that's as close as I can do this evening. But I think it'll do just fine. And we have pre-cooked, actually I'm pretty sure they're pre-cooked prawns, which we will put into thaw very shortly. Actually, we might do that before we go out into the garden. Rice is on. Yeah, let's have a look at the prawns. Don't forget to start the timers. At least I'm pretty sure, yeah, we do. That would have thrown a spanner in the works. Bowl. So we're going to thaw these just in some room temperature water with a bit of salt. I would normally use fresh prawns for this, but we got heaps of these. See, before I do that, and all of the recipes used this evening are unapologetically imperial measurements. I'm just going to eyeball it. I could ask Siri, but pretty sure I've got the right idea by now. Prawns. So because we're going to be baking, it's kind of like a rice casserole, I guess. I'm not too worried whether or not these are properly, like fully thawed. In fact, it's not a bad idea if they're, you know, you don't want to cook them any, these are already cooked, and it's a very fine line with shrimp or prawns before you get something that's quite nice and then something that turns really quite tough and rubbery. And 20 minutes in the oven is going to be more than enough heat for these things. Sup, Has Jazz? What's the damn haps? What's the haps at Cafe 49? What you said you were cooking this evening? What's on the menu? It's on the damn menu. So we'll just wash the veg. Get that part over and done with. And then over to the old vegetable patch. I did check to make sure there were green tomatoes available, because that would have been a bit of a disaster otherwise. So for fritters and salad, corn fritters. What sort of fritters, Hobbit? I have been meaning to sort of revisit fritters, because you know, traditionally it's not really a thing that I've been massive on. But you know, I used to say that about zucchini pie. But then making the connection between the zucchini, you know, they're essentially deep fried fritters, the zucchini balls, the Turkish zucchini balls, made me realize that it wasn't too much of a leap between the two. Yeah, see, corn. That's what I'm picturing. Corn and zucker. So we're going to need some green tomatoes, and easy to make. Yeah, that's right. With the, I mean, actually, if you think about it, so the fried green tomatoes that we're about to do, it's kind of a fritter in a way, because we have the self-raising flour. You know, you have the sort of flavored batter, and if you chopped up the tomato and fried it, it'd pretty much, yeah, it's pretty much a fritter now that I think about it. So let's just check. Do I need... It's just the tomatoes I think I need. Tomatoes, and then oil for frying. We've got the carrots, we've got the apples, got the cabbages, rice, shrimp. Okay, no, I don't need the amaranth, but I'll show you the amaranth while I'm out there. Let's do that, actually. God. We'll run an ad and then we'll do it. We'll head out to the garden, give you a bit of a tour, we'll have a look. Things have progressed. We have a bit of a mouse, a rodent situation. I'll brief you on that as we go. Whoops. Transition work properly. That's all right. All right, let's head out to the old garden. Just make sure that is actually the case. Yes. So in Canberra and in most of Eastern Australia, there's been a lot of rain. I have literally used the hose twice, I think. I have not needed to water at all. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that sort of surged forth and I wasn't ready for it. So, I mean, even the radishes, so these are radishes and these are bolted already. It's out of control. They're huge. Yeah. See, how's that for a radish? It's too big. And I have used a bunch of them, but, you know, I find I tend to put them in the ground and I do use them because they're so easy to grow. They're so easy to grow. But so we'll bring them in. Whoops, get myself tangled up here. And this is the amaranth that I was talking about. So this is, it's known as foxtail, I think, in the US. So these seeds, or these flowers, they'll turn into amaranth seed pods, which you can eat kind of like a quinoa or like another kind of breakfast grain, I guess. I haven't got to that step. I actually didn't plant these. They were donated via air from next door. but I cooked with them the other night, and yeah, they're really good. So they're popular in Indian cuisine and Southeast Asian cuisine, but also in Greek and Mediterranean cuisine. And so these leaves, you can stir fry them or boil them, the tender parts here as well. And oh man, they just grow. So I have another bunch over here. They just grow so easily in this climate. Didn't intend on doing it, but don't regret that they're here, and I'll definitely carry on growing them next season. But the reason for being out here is we're hunting for green tomatoes, and I did see some before. Maybe over here. So tomato season is just, here we go, just kicked off where I am. So I haven't got any ripe tomatoes, which is why I picked this recipe. Haven't got any ripe tomatoes yet, but we will take these green tomatoes. And there's another one I've been keeping my eye on around the corner. So I'm gonna have to put this down. Yeah, well, don't know about that for cinematography. And there's one over here. This is the chickens. So I've now learnt there's no point planting a tomato plant this close to a chicken coop, because these guys just peck off all the leaves. It's still growing, and like you can see there's a flower there. Best of luck to it. But yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but they've done a pretty good job at suppressing that particular plant. This is the other one that I've been keeping an eye on. Hello tomato. Hello chicken. How are you guys going? Oh yes, we have a new chicken coop. This is called the Manor. And underneath there, like under the caged bit, and that's one of Sooty's favourite spots. And Daisy and Dottie have adapted. Took him a couple of days to work out what's what, because it was like moving house, but no one told them. Anyway, it's a hell of a lot easier getting the eggs out. Yeah, so all is well. All is well in the garden. All right. Probably should shut the door. The chickens weren't sure where to lay. I mean, it seems obvious to us as humans. It's like where the box is with all the straw. You should probably lay there, but it took them a couple of days to work it out. So I've found some rogue eggs all over the place. You know, I guess when you got to go, you got to go. But the main point there is we have our 3 green tomatoes, which is what this recipe calls for. Looking good. I don't, oh, Sanders lad. What a relief. I was worried after the fires and the snow. I was like, what's happened to the Sanders lad? But good to see you here. Good to see you here. It's, you know, after people underestimate the power of fire. Yeah, it's a scary thing. It moves a lot faster and is more powerful and uncontrollable than people often give it credit for. So I'm glad to see you're still around. Oh, COVID, oh no. Oh God. So this morning, I think we could, yeah, so so Shelley's mum was tested positive for COVID this morning. And yeah, she sounds pretty sick. Revelation, Lumnog we call him. Who you saw in the gingerbread stream, he was unwell but tested negative to COVID. Day 6, okay. God damn. Yeah, I mean, I keep on saying it's like, I went out to get ingredients today. Oh, it's Shelley. Hello. Sanders lad had COVID, or has COVID.
Oh no! I'm glad it wasn't I'm not glad, sorry. But I was hoping you weren't impacted by the fires.
That's what I was just saying. It's like, not fire and snow, but COVID.
Is it recovered?
He says day 6.
Oh no.
Let's have red alert. COVID alert. Also, I haven't tested this since I've reset up my setup. It works. Oh.
Well, yeah, I hope you feel better, Sanders lad. Because, I think I heard it mentioned, but yeah, my mum is double vaxxed and she's still very unwell. For some reason, my dad doesn't have it. And he's fine.
Suspicious.
It's such a mysterious virus.
And I'm worried because, so I haven't been, so it's 2.5 years since I have had any virus. Like, I haven't had a cold. I've been sick a couple of I had gastro, like a mild food poisoning, twice over the past 2 years, I think. But I haven't had a cold or the flu or anything for a long time. Normally working in our office sort of environment, probably twice a year or something like that. And yeah, I just haven't been sick. And so I just feel like as soon as it does get me, I'm not going to have a good time. Hasn't had a fever. Okay. Yeah, well, different symptoms for different.
Yeah, well,
what rhymes with symptoms?
I heard this morning Shane Dawson and Ryland got COVID and they're in Colorado.
Oh no!
Maybe were you hanging out with Shane Dawson?
I'm sure he was. Yeah, so who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what's next? Yeah, fevers are the worst. Lucky you haven't. All right, let's chop up. Let's grate some things. I'm actually just going to use a knife, so this will be for our slaw. And a big bowl, a big old slaw bowl, I reckon. So this recipe calls for. Actually, I'll just get that off. It'll be fresher underneath. You could grate this, you could mince it. I'm going to use a knife and just crunch it up a bit. Oh, 2 bits from Zoidenberger. He's the man with the money somehow. For those who don't know, Zoidenberger's the guy that keeps boosting the Discord server. For no reason that I can tell, but we're glad he does it. Also, he used to live here, so, and I did invite him over this evening, but he had a better set.
You invited him over?
Yep, he said he was going out to dinner.
He did say that.
And I said, may as well come here. So white cabbage, red cabbage. Roughly chopped. I've actually, no, I guess I have done a fair bit of cooking during the break, but didn't cook for Christmas. We did Boxing Day. That was
Rabbit stew.
Oh yeah, the rabbit. That's right.
And I made green bean casserole.
Very
From
American.
scratch.
So that went down well. Yeah, gosh, what the hell have I been doing?
We had Turkish on New Year's Eve.
Yep. Turkish banquet. It's weird when it comes to it because, like, obviously I must have cooked, otherwise we'd be horribly hungry by now.
Well, yeah, and we did cook a lot. We didn't get very much
Yeah.
takeaway.
More of the same, really. Some, I can't even remember, but that's all right. So a cup of white cabbage, half a cup of purple cabbage.
There was a paella in there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, well because
Cause.
on the 2nd of January my tooth was hurting.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go to the dentist the day after New Year's Day and ended up getting my wisdom tooth extracted.
That's right.
And then I couldn't eat food for like the last week of my holidays.
Yeah.
So we had to eat noodles and mashed potato and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, we did do, actually, that's right. So we did do, part of it has been cooking for the Eating Monkey Island cooking series that I'm putting together for YouTube. And so Alex came over one of those nights. We did fried chicken, essentially like southern style fried chicken and slaw. Mashed potato, gravy. That went down well. It's the first time I've cooked with chicken for almost a year, I suppose.
That was good.
That was good. And I have to do it again because I got distracted and then my camera ran out of storage, so half of what I filmed in 4K wasn't there. It stopped recording, so that's annoying. Done some cocktail crafting as well, sort of refining a couple of recipes there. And then just whatever. Oh, is there a Sanders family way of doing it?
Colonel Sanders?
Yeah. Channeling the inner Colonel, the inner Sanders. I really like apple in slaw. I like sweeter salads, I've decided. I was wondering whether or not I would use the second apple, and I've decided I will. Good chicken sandwiches. In America, a sandwich is a burger.
I was going to say, I'm picturing that on a bun.
That's what they call it over there. I don't know what they call actual sandwiches.
Isn't it a burger?
Maybe.
You say burger too.
Yeah, sandwiches are... No, wait. Burgers are sandwiches. It's like a chicken sandwich. It's like a
But
burger.
they also use the word burger as well.
Maybe, yeah, that's right. I think they use that to describe a sandwich. It's like upside down world up there. Yep. I forgot what I was saying. But yes. So this is a very southern style set of dishes we're doing this evening. And the reason why we're not doing the cheesy grits, like the shrimp grits, is I couldn't find like normal grits. You got the quick cook grits. Whitey. Oh yeah, that was the other drama. Whitey disappeared.
Oh, God. For almost 48 hours.
It was a trying time in the household.
Yeah, the first half of the holidays was fantastic. And then the second half just went alright.
Because she has her problem with her eye, which is still not any better. And yeah, one afternoon, she just didn't come back home. You know, during the normal time, it's like, where's Whitey? And then didn't come back for dinner or supper, which is not normal.
And then didn't come back for the entirety of the next day.
Yep.
And then just turned up the next morning at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, at dawn, at the back door. So it was very scary. Has Jazz? No, I haven't cooked any of these recipes. I'll post them to the Discord for those who are new. But no, normally I'm cooking stuff that I've done before, but this time around, no. Now that I've got that much slaw.
Hey, Has Jazz.
Yes, Jazz. Has Jazz is making fritters tonight.
Well, what kind?
Corn and zucchini. That can sit, and we might partition it a little bit. So no, they're all new recipes. And then we want the carrots. So I'll just do one carrot. I'm going to grate this one rather than chop it. And then we will get on with the shrimp rice. The rice is, actually I might give it a turn. The rice is cooked now. That's another thing I've noticed with American and more particularly Southern style recipes. So if the dish calls for 2 cups of rice to be combined with it, they'll just say 2 cups of cooked rice as a thing that you would have. So the method in the recipe doesn't mention cooking it; it just assumes that you have cooked rice. And tonight we're listening to some Hesperus, colonial roots. So they're not sure what the genre is, like historical, you know, like a historical music group. So they play, you know, historical music. Look them up. They do good work. Mostly North American traditional music from colonial times. And maybe even like, so I mean, if you look at the sort of colonial American music, which, you know, like 1700s, a lot of this, you know, you're going to hear Irish, you're going to hear Dutch, traditional, in it, obviously. So, yeah, Hesperus, look them up, they're good.
The Ottolenghi thing has just been delayed.
What?
Until 2023.
Wait, breaking news, red alert. My birthday present has been ruined.
Christmas present.
Christmas present. Oh, sweet.
One of them.
So I was scheduled to see Ottolenghi, whose cookbook we have cooked from many times on this stream. And what? Delayed till 2023.
January 2023.
God damn it.
I know, I reread it 3 times. I'm like, what?
Oh no. That sucks. Wow, okay. Bummer. Well, we'll have to do some...
Well, I think it must be across the board at the Canberra Theatre Centre, because also the drag race down under that was meant to be September last year got moved to January this year, and now it's just been postponed indefinitely.
Is there no end to the madness?
Oh, there's not.
Damn it. Okay. Because, so Ottolenghi's, in fact I bought Has Jazz, that book, for Christmas. Wait, Christmas? Birthday? They're so close together I can't remember. He's an Israeli, so there must be something going on there. Well, that's a shame. I was thinking about doing a pre-stream or like a discussion kind of thing.
Maybe you'll have to do one of these on.
Yeah, that'd be funny. In fact, I will. Good thinking. You what? You did get your Sanders. You had. Didn't you have sashimi? All right. Mayonnaise. Yeah, Jazz has cooked a couple of recipes from that already, I'm led to believe. I think it is one of the better cookbooks I've come across. Gets results. Mayo. And then we want just a bit of sugar and salt and pepper. Don't let me forget to put the bread in the bread tin. Salt. Pepper, quite a bit. And a touch of sugar. Yes, yeah, that was good looking. That was good looking Japanese. So this recipe does mention, I think when we think of KFC slaw in a bucket kind of thing, you could add more mayonnaise if you wanted. I think over time with the salt in here, the moisture is going to come out. I'm quite happy with how that looks. I think that's fine. I just want to stir it well enough that everything's incorporated. COVID, yeah, man, screw that. Who will be next? Who will be next? All right, slaw is done. I did that ahead of time. I wanted all the flavors to come together. I'm going to put it in the fridge. Oh yeah, that's right. Check out. I'm not sure if I posted this to. Whoa, mama! He's cashed it in. The scripts are working. Maybe flash and blue for this. I'm playing around. So it's sort of with space dessert. Is this going to fall out? Don't know if that actually looks any good. Can you see the layers? So, yeah, playing around with jelly. Yeah, blue, that's more like it. I don't think I've got purple set up. So this is going to be like a jelly pyramid, and I'm going to use isomalt, like an isomalt cage over the top. This is part of my Martian recipe development for my sci-fi menu.
You should see if it comes out as a pyramid.
I will. In fact, once we get the stuff in the oven, we'll do some exploring on the recipe fun. Yeah, it is recipe fun front. All right, coleslaw is done. I'm on cooking. Let's talk about Savannah shrimp and rice. Let's get some butter into this pan. So we're going to chop an onion. Don't know why I used that knife. Well, there you go. Was it Savannah shrimp and rice? I've actually never had shrimp and rice before. Like in a non-Japanese context. Even in a like a gumbo or a.
What about the paella we had?
Oh yes, actually no, that's right. I have recently had shrimp and rice. That was good. I made that up on the fly. I'm gonna cut this pretty fine. I ordered a new, is Arctic Monoceros in here? I ordered a new bread knife. There's a massive sale on, and I bought the bread knife that I've always wanted. It's the same set as these Wusthof, and for years I've wanted that knife. And it was 40% off, and I said yes, I shall purchase this bread knife. It hasn't arrived yet, but that's the shipping delays for you. Oh, he's here. How exciting. I actually wasn't expecting him to respond. But yeah, so, I mean, it's a lot of money to pay for a bread knife, but because the handle on my Miracle Blade Perfection Series 3 from Chef Tony, I broke this while I was using it in the garden. In fact, I was cutting up grass, like turf with it. And then I threw it down and then the handle snapped off. This is actually like, so for the price, it never goes sharp and you can cut whatever the hell you want with it. But the killer is the handle broke off. So instead I have a premium bread knife coming along. That was a silly day. But it kind of, it's like, and actually it's a Seinfeld joke. It's like, the Ginsu knife, I'm gonna get this knife and cut my shoes up. Well, I'm like, I need something to cut through. I got like a, like turf in rolls for the backyard. Use that to cut it to size. And I have been cooking a lot of bread recently, so sharpen my knives over the break. Always a good thing to do. What's your position on strops, like leather strops? Arctic, because Zoidenberger got one. I've never needed, or I've never used one. I've just got my whetstone and the homing steel. Seems to do the job. All right, so let's fry this up. And I need a spoon. And you'll notice that, especially in southern recipes, you don't get, it depends on the era, but olive oil doesn't come up as often, nearly as often. Butter being cheaper and more accessible, but vegetable oil. And so it's almost like a compulsion putting olive oil into the pan, but I avoided doing it. So I want to fry these. It smells. So this combination is one step off the American Holy Trinity, the Southern style onions, peppers, and celery is what you would expect. Is that camera right? Yep. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to ask Shirley about this. We will take a break and we will do that while this cooks. So I have a BRB button, don't I? Did that do anything? It did. Right, we're going to make our cream of mushroom soup from scratch. Damn it! I kind of wanted to use the can to get that real southern experience, but that's all right. So we want mushrooms, and I feel like I want to blend it up as well. So we can just roughly chop all these Swiss brown. You know, I suppose it's amazing how much volume mushrooms lose once you start to cook them. So we do need thyme. I'm going to grab some thyme. With no visual context, it's going to be a bit of an odd. There we go. Now. Hello, Whitey. Time. Once these are done softening, I'm going to move them to a bowl with the rice. So I need some garlic. Just going to use minced garlic out of a jar. And this saucepan. That was loud. I would imagine this would taste better than a can. We're going to find out together. Did you say butter or oil? Butter. Butter. What's everyone else? Well, if you haven't eaten already, Sanders Lad's had a similar dish. How's Jazz is having fritters. What else is on the menu? I'm still. I feel like oil's got to go in. And we'll need flour. Cool, we're looking good. Thyme, really like young thyme. If you're not able to pull all of the leaves off the stalk, it really doesn't matter. It's really quite tender at the top. It's more for the older sort of woodier stuff that you want to. But because we're going to be putting this into a food processor, there's some non-digestible fibre for you, and that's not a bad thing. It's really warm. It's not that hot today, but it's humid. Like I said, it's been raining a lot. Just so much. For here, anyway. Let's go in. Don't need that bit of grass. Steady. All right. Very good. Very good. Turn the heat up on that. And I mean, butter, garlic, and mushrooms and thyme. It's a bloody winner. It's a bloody winner, Muriel. Let's get things out into a bowl. So here is our sauteed bell pepper and onion. And then into that, we're going to add 2 cups of rice. Gonna eyeball. That is 1 cup. That is 2 cups, so I'll whack a little bit more in. Gotta say, it's a tough call between rice in terms of like your starches and your carbs. Rice or potato. I'm hard pressed on that one. I think rice. Yeah, it's a tough one. Do eat a lot of rice. That might be because of our geographic location, but it's not like rice is uncommon in the North Americas. So the recipe for this cream of mushroom soup is, to me, a little bit backwards. We're adding the flour. It calls for the flour after you've sautéed the mushrooms. I would have made the roux first, but we're just going to follow along and see where we end up. This one actually calls for white wine, and we can do that. We can do that. Say half a glass. Let's talk. What the hell are we doing? Oh, the fried tomatoes. Yeah, that's right. So for the fried tomatoes, we need 3 green tomatoes. Yes. 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Yes. 2 eggs, lightly beaten. Salt, pepper, self-raising flour, and then oil to fry them in. So the first part is the buttermilk and the eggs. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a recipe like this before. 2 eggs, courtesy of Daisy and Dottie. And 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Seems like a lot for 3 tomatoes, but that's like with these kinds of recipes, especially if you've not done them before, I tend to just do them as is called for, and then refine it from there. So I want the wine to cook off completely. That's quite close. This smells French to me. Whisk them up. And the different, I mean, how yellow does this want to be? God, it's just the difference between yolks from the backyard and from the store. So it says add half a teaspoon of the salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and 1 tablespoon of the flour. Okay, and then we're dressing it with another. Do I have a small bowl? These I got quite recently. Actually, you would have seen them on the Christmas stream. Actual Pyrex, and actually made in America. This like ages ago, probably in the first month or two of streaming, we went and hunted around for how many things I actually have in my house that are made in America, and this would be the third thing that I can think of. The first two are the pinball machines, second is the KitchenAid, and now we have some actual Pyrex. Fantastic glass. I used to use or purchase Pyrex at work on a regular basis. It's a remarkable product. I'm going to turn the heat down on those and just let them sit. Self-raising flour. I'm worried about this clumping together, but whatever. So a tablespoon, yeah. I'm not sure if that's really, I guess I could use a whisk. That's okay. This is kind of like, now that I think about it, and I've not battered anything like this before, but it's kind of like preloading the wet stage instead of double dipping and double frying it. It's not a bad idea, actually. Salt and pepper. So a teaspoon seems quite a lot, but that's what it calls for. That's looking good. And then about a cup of flour. Yeah, this is way too much for 3 tomatoes. Maybe they have bigger tomatoes in Georgia. Makes me think the Masters will be on again soon. If you're into that kind of thing. Let's give it a whisk. All right. I'm happy with that. Let's move it out of the way. Yeah, wasn't intending on making a soup this evening. So now the sort of backwards roux, we're going to put in some flour. Slowly. Always slowly. And moving always a little bit of effort up front. And it's not going to matter that much, I guess, because we're going to blend it. but man, I probably should have checked how much it actually wanted. Whoa. That will do it, whatever it was. Gonna turn the heat up. I do want this monster mushroom roux to fry just a little bit. No. Next time we do this the other way around. That's stupid. All right. Stock. Just using powdered stock tonight. I've used the last of the stock the other night. There will be a 4K short stock video available on YouTube shortly. And by shortly, I mean in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, man, this is a backwards way of doing it. Oh well. What do I know? Yep. Well, so we managed to get one of the cocktail videos out the door. I'm very pleased. Like, the people that subscribe to me on YouTube didn't hate me for not doing Monkey Island music. So, and after that, like, I didn't realize how much I'd been probably overthinking the situation, because yeah, it's taken me months to make a 1 minute 30-second video for YouTube. Because you know, on YouTube you're there for you subscribe for the thing, and what I'm planning on uploading ain't the thing, but everyone seemed to like it, so that was more of a relief than I was expecting it to be. It's a I don't even know if you'd call it a first world problem. Alright, this calls for half and half. We don't have half and half in Australia. But I do have milk and cream. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Just a bit at a time to start with. Yeah, fungus doesn't look like much when you get it going. I've been thinking about growing my own yeast. Oh, I had a disaster with my sourdough starter. Man, I lost most of it last night. It's a bloody tragedy. The big jar that I have it in smashed. And then I went to reseed it in another jar, which immediately broke. So I'm up to jar 3 and quite a weak colony. But I'll show you once I stop stirring this. It's come back. Cream. You know, I've just said all these things and I don't actually know what half and half is. I just assumed that meant cream and milk. And I'm looking for about a can's worth. I feel like that's a can's worth. Let's get some stock powder in it. And some pepper. And maybe even just a touch of water. That looks good to me. I'm happy with that. Half cream, half milk. Thank you. Yeah, no, absolutely. I want to, because 2 hours of me talking, 3 hours, that's too much. And I really want to collapse it down, but link it. Because, yeah, man, I don't know. It's like, I really love Monkey Island. There's something about the imagination that, for me, is just hooked in to that one particular thing. And because there are no new games, there's nothing. There hasn't been a new game since like 2004 or something like that. Probably never will be. I was like, how else do my whole channel is built around this game. And it's kind of been exhausted by now. I was like, well, how can we take it from here? Oh yeah, the starter. Yeah, what a bloody drama. I just wanted to go to bed. That smells right. So it's come back, but I'm gonna give it another day. Tomatoes. So can you buy like a bottle? Is it like, so you have just half cream and half milk in it? How does this work? New follower. Oh my god. Ah, lollipops. Good to see you. And welcome. And thanks for joining us on this auspicious occasion. We are slicing up some tomatoes we just harvested from the gardens. Ah, very good. What brings you here, Lollipops? The name is not familiar. Are you do you cook? Or are you from the Destiny crew in Discord? The amount of times that Zoidenberg has tried to make me play Destiny 2, I feel like I should. Played some Halo Infinite over the break. Some Forza Horizon 5. Some Caesar 3. Ah, Nina. Oh, is this Jack? Or is this a friend of... It's an odd name for a... Well, I'm glad she did. She's cooking at the moment, I'm led to believe. Alright, let's try this. Oh man, that tastes good. Sweet. Ah, very good. So, I mean, I was trying to cut, because she said you'd been here at one point. I'm like, I think I remember, but also I'm not sure that I do. But welcome to the stream. We're about halfway through, I reckon. Good to see you here, and I suppose I will see you on Saturday. Yeah, it must have been, because when Seb lived here. Yes. Yeah, that sounds right. It's all these things in history, you know. But yeah, so I went to school with your brother. Talked to him briefly because we had a high school reunion 2 months ago. but I've not seen him for a long time. So these prawns are already cooked, and I'm going to mince them and whack them in the rice. And then once this is all combined, we're going to put it in the oven and bake it kind of like a casserole. Sounds like Shelley has returned. It's Shelley! Shelley sounds tired. It's been a long day for Shelley.
Has it been non-stop?
It has been. Well, we're on the way. So I let this rice and capsicum mixture cool down because I didn't want the prawn to cook any more, because we are going to put it in the oven. I wonder if the chickens will like prawn tails. All right, looking good. Turning the heat off this, and I'm just going to let it sit before we waz it. That can bugger off. This is looking promising.
Smelling good.
Yeah.
How did the mushroom?
Tastes good.
Yeah.
I'm going to blend it smooth into a cream, if you will. And the bread.
Blend into a cream.
Okay, I have to turn the the dough machine on again. All right, we'll go to break while I do that. BRB. back. A dinosaur story. Ugh. So, unrelated to this stream, I'm making some bread, which needs to get put into a tin. The soup is done. The oven is heated. So we're about 20 minutes away, I reckon. The frying of the tomatoes is not going to take long. But in the meantime, yes, we need to get this bread on the go. I'm not using any sourdough starter in this. This is purely dry yeast driven. NJ Coolneck. Thank you and welcome. Gotta work. That's tough, but that's fair. Gotta work. The music, yeah. I'll give you a free sub. No, wait, actually, no, I've done that before and then people just Google it. It's from The Sims 1. The old radio stations you used to be able to tune into when your sim bought like the real cheap radio. So I ripped that and I use it as my intermission.
Who's NJ Coolneck?
I don't know. Yeah, me too. A lot of good memories associated with that game, and it's like really, I don't know what they call it, like easy listening, I guess. And to me, that seemed appropriate for like a really domestic stream about cooking. So that's where that's from. But welcome, glad to see you here. All right, that bread's going to rise for the next couple of hours. But so Germany. So are you toaster as well? I'm going to say you're toaster. And fantastic to see you, because I have half a reply written to you, because I didn't know you were I was really quite pleased that you'd come by and check out the stream, because a lot of Germans do streaming on Twitch. I've noticed. Half a teaspoon of mustard powder. Yeah, oh, fantastic. Oh, good to see you. We were talking about the Monkey Island. I've been so paranoid about combining cooking into Monkey Island content. Like, my Twitch stuff is nothing like my YouTube stuff. And for months I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I've almost run out of Curse of Monkey Island material to rip. And it's like, where do we get fresh content? Because there's no new games, no movies, no nothing. What am I going to do? And I thought, well, I'll try and combine this, but I've just been so paranoid it's going to scare away my YouTube subs, because they're not there for the same reason. Well, yeah, well, that's lucky. At least I've got one subscriber that's going to stick with it. But yeah, no, absolutely, it's good to see. I think we talked maybe ages ago. I think I streamed. Oh, this is a long time ago. But it's before I started cooking live on a regular basis. But yeah, there's something in me that makes me think that perhaps people that love Curse of Monkey Island also like that kind of sort of food and music and art. There's something about it. That's right, yes. Ah, well, absolutely. Oh, really, really good to see you. I knew it was, well, I suspected it was you because your icon is still the Guybrush avatar. Yeah, how exciting. I don't get many Germans, yeah, obviously because of the time difference. And I have been thinking about streaming earlier on in the day. But yeah, we will see. Yes, absolutely. Good to see you. I think on the Monkey Island front, I've just got to. What I haven't done is the Tales of Monkey Island. I think there's some good music there as well, and I bought it ages ago, and I can't find my copy, like digital copy, so I have to buy it again and start doing some ambience of that. We will see. I've got the time. What am I doing? I'm gonna waz. Yeah, that was when I was like live streaming Need for Speed 3 and Dave Defeat. Because I honestly think I'm not really one of those content creators that I'm going to get stuck on a brand or a style. Like, the reason why I'm doing this is just because I like doing it. I don't want to lose that. It just means that I hope someone out there has as esoteric as interests as I do. Yeah, okay. I'll check it out. I think it's on GOG.com as well. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to afford it. I didn't mind it. Like, I haven't played any other Telltale games, have I? I don't think so. But I thought it was a good sort of installment / finale to the series. The 5 chapters. And even though like it doesn't have the art style of Bill Tiller, it still had the soul, you know. All right, this is going to be noisy just for a second. That is cream of mushroom. Soup. That's really good. Yeah, exactly. It's the humor, and I think the music. I can't remember if Michael Land worked on that as well. I feel like he might have been one of the audio producers. I'll have to look it up. Art style, not so much. Like, you know, we lean right back into Escape from Monkey Island there, but I didn't mind the 3D stuff as much. Yeah, it's surprising. And I actually read an article, I think it was on House of Mojo the other day, where they did toy with the idea of Monkey Island v Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, would this make a movie? And then it never happened. If you haven't ever read On Stranger Tides, you might find, not the movie. Where is the? I find a link for that. So Tim Powers. I'm not sure when that was written. It's hilarious. Oh, 1987. And so it's like proto. Like, obviously the guys that developed Pirates of the Caribbean, the ride and the movies and Monkey Island read this because it's where you get the voodoo and the humor. Yeah, check it out. All right. Let's not get me too distracted. We need a baking dish. but we're going to combine all of it. It's really nice when you make a recipe for the first time and you know it's going to taste good. Not a problem, and thanks for your ongoing support. I will endeavour to find ways to draw it out. But you know, like what they all say, it's like there's a certain type of person that loves that content, and I'm glad that I've met them. So thanks, and I hope work's not too difficult for you. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Good fun. Good fun. You too. Thank you very much. All right. We've got ourselves a casserole bake. Oven is on and heated to 200 degrees. So this is going to go in for 25 to 30 minutes, and then we're going to put cheese on top of it, and then we're done with that. So it's just about the fried tomatoes. So I'm going to set that up. We'll go to break. We'll set that up, and then we're done. Looking good so far. Pre-clean when you can, or when you remember. Oh, I haven't shown off the new robot vacuum cleaner, but I think it'll scare Sooty and Whitey away, and we don't want that this close to bedtime for them. But yeah, we purchased an Ecovacs combination vacuum and mop, and it is good. It's pretty confident that it was going to be all right, but it's better than all right. It's good stuff. Well, actually, hang on. I shut the door. Oh, I can now that I've got my. Hang on. Okay. Zoza in the chat. I'll send it to the kitchen. So it's really quite clever. I will show you. So it maps the house using a combination of a LiDAR and camera sensor. And then from here we can tell it to clean whatever room that we want to, or we can set specific areas for it to clean. So at the moment I'll say, okay, well, clean the kitchen, and then so it lives under the pinball machine, so you don't see it. And it has its auto empty station as well, so it just sits out of sight, and then when you need it to, you tell it, come and clean the kitchen, and we can switch to, you know, I could probably stick this camera on top of it. Hang on. Now there's an idea.
What are you doing?
Just showing the robot vac. And what if I put the camera on it? What madness is this? It's out of control. Holy crap. Did I just discover a new Twitch streaming category? I feel like I did. Oh my god.
You're way too amused by that.
Why has no one thought about this before? Oh my god, it's out of control.
Oh my god, this is like Sooty's point of view.
Yeah, this is what Sooty would look like.
This is what Sooty sees every day.
This is what he sees every day, especially if he was sitting on top of the camera, on top of the. So it bumps around for a while, trying to. Oh, it's stopped. No.
Oh no, it's gonna come in here. I don't want it to come.
No, I told it just to clean the kitchen. Wow. Okay, I'm onto something. This is how I'm going to get my streaming hours up. Just put a friggin' camera. It actually has a camera. It's given me a lot to think about. All right, now I'm going to send it. You can, well, I'll send it back in there, but it's only going back to its home base. So we say return to charge. Yeah. No, it's all right. It's looking down. It's coming back. It's got to go over a bump and hopefully it doesn't knock the... No, that's not the right way. Watch out for the wall! And then... That's its empty dock. Works it out, comes under the pinball. Come on. Yeah, it must be confusing being a robot. It's just such an unfamiliar world that you live in. Yeah. Takes a bit of thinking though. Oh man, this is giving me motion sickness. Maybe it's not the best. Wait, here we go. No. Hello? It's home, you fool.
Maybe you're messing with it with your camera or something.
No. There we go. And then it should just move right up. Gloomhaven there. Real slow. And then you can see Spaghetti Junction there. And then up. Oh. Very good. And then it empties itself. So, that was an amusing distraction. Good thinking, Zoza. All right.
That needs to be snipped.
Snip it. I believe that's a technical Twitch term. Alright, what the hell was I doing?
She's having real struggles getting back to base.
Yeah, maybe so there because so there's a dome on top. It's the spinning laser that lets it find. But she will say if she can't. It's like I'm trapped, or like I've sucked something up, or I'm stuck. She'll say. And sometimes you have to go to help. And that was one of the concerns that I had with it, but overall, pretty good. All right, all that excitement's made me hungry. Oh, actually, called for cheese. I think maybe I should... I don't know if I'd do that on this channel all the time. I'll look into it. Some cheddar, which will go on top of the shrimp, the Savannah rice. A little bit more. Yeah, maybe if I had something with a bit more image stabilization. And so it does learn over time as well from what it sees and potentially from what the server learns. I'm not entirely sure. It's very Chinese, so it's kind of hard to tell. But it works well. That's the sound of cleaning happening by itself. They are. I was going to say this is going to be shallow fried, but I don't know if I would call that shallow. A small bowl. Ooh, we've got a new subscriber. Who could it be? Oh, 7 months. 7 months. You must really love this channel. Shellotastic. Whoever you are. Well, thanks for the support. And
I didn't subscribe for 7 whole months.
Oh.
That's how long I've been.
Oh, so yeah. Well, it's still good.
I think it was the background.
Yeah.
Quality.
Content that you're not going to see anywhere else. Well, thanks for your ongoing support. Small streamers like me depend on community-oriented people like you. Yes. Very much appreciated, and I hope it brings you joy and dinner. I guess subscribing for a month is cheaper than buying one meal of Uber Eats. So you could look at it from that perspective. Alright, so the oil is going to heat up. We're going to get a wrong camera spoon, a slotted spoon. And then we're going to fry the onion. So the idea is we'll return to a regular streaming schedule from here on in. Holidays are over, people.
Not for some people.
I don't know who they are. Ah, now there's another Frosty Whip who has just joined us on the YouTube adventure as well. Glad to see you again. What's the haps in Frostyland? How was your break? How was the Christmas? We're making all Georgian. Where's the book? Southern style. So we are making Savannah rice and shrimp. We're making the Blue Willow Inn's famous fried green tomatoes, and we've done an apple slaw, all from the recipes from this restaurant, which is somewhere in Georgia, and apparently is a famous place. I actually can't remember how I picked that book to buy, but I did. What did you have for dinner? Well, I think that's what a break's all about, isn't it? Don't want to go too over the top. Yeah.
I did Lego and watched Girls at the Playboy Mansion
Oh yeah.
for like 5 days straight. That's all I did. And it was wonderful.
Good Lego. Yeah, for those who didn't see.
Yeah, show the Lego.
Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. Man. Oh no, it should be alright. We've lost a book. Hopefully none of this falls into dinner. What the hell's that? So this is Shelley's Lego Seinfeld. And we bought the exact same thing for each other. Just like in the movies or in a Seinfeld episode. And then we both put the presents down under the tree with the exact same card and realised we'd bought exactly the same thing for each other. So Shelley's put this together over a number of days, and it's funny. It sits quite neatly with my White House. So that's good fun. All right, let's get to frying. Break is being able to do a bunch of stuff, and too many things don't have time to do stuff. I think I understand. One can. Yeah, and I've had this problem with content creation, and I never thought it would happen to me, but it has. So many things to do, and then somehow don't do any of them. How the hell could it be? You're not going to be able to see. Oh, actually, I'm going to put all of these in. So I've just put the tomatoes in the buttermilk mixture. And I'm going to get a place to drain them. Well, I hadn't either. We're watching it now. But yeah, somehow, like, I've seen bits of Seinfeld before, but I'd never seen an episode end to end. I think Seinfeld is a good comedian. I love his stand-up stuff, and I'm quite familiar with that, but I'd never watched Seinfeld, so we're watching that on Netflix. Apparently they paid $500 million to get a 5-year license to run that on Netflix. It's a rich man.
$500 million.
Yep. And just to run it till like 2026 or something.
Well, I guess we've been watching it every day.
It's pretty funny. Okay. You know what? I just want these. I just want to let them sit for a little bit longer. I think I understand why they've said to do it this way. Oh yeah, certainly. Like I would, because I mean, I think Seinfeld's net worth is probably up over $1 billion now from the residuals. It's kind of like, yeah, you never know what's going to happen. But yeah, I think he would be in in towards the billion mark. So yeah, just to update. So I'm just letting these green tomatoes soak a little bit in this mixture. I should have done that before, but I forgot. In the meantime, I suppose on the Lego front, I can show you my White House. Oh! So this is I did this towards the end of last year, and it's the new White House kit, and so the east and the west wings come off, so you can sort of disconnect them and have just the main part. But it's not bad. Like, I mean, if you have a look at the west wing, yeah, here. So we have obviously the Oval Office here. I don't know what the hell's in here, but yeah, it was good fun to put together, and I like that it's modular and it looks quite good. It's part of the Lego architecture ideas series. Anyway, that took maybe 2 days. I've never been to the White House. I would like to go to the White House. Yeah, I've never put together one of the architectural sets before. And so there's a Statue of Liberty, there's, I think, the Chrysler Building, or maybe there's a bunch of American stuff. So probably Statue of Liberty would be the next one that I do. So that was good fun. I listened to the West Wing soundtrack while I made it. All right, let's fry some damn tomatoes. Never in my life have I fried a green tomato. But apparently this is like their signature side dish. So I guess it's got to be good. Oh! I think just 4 at a time. No, maybe 5. What did you have for dinner, Frosty? Down in the Frosty hut. Doesn't like tomatoes. I'm gonna rename this channel to Finding What Frosty Whips Likes. He's a tough man to please. So I want some colour on these, I assume. Like a frosty whip and some fried chicken waffles. Should we get a waffle iron?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Where's Frosty?
Well, you'll recall the debacle, the grand tomfoolery where he tried to convince us all he was from England, which turned out to be lies. Sanders lad brought him here.
Is he from Colorado?
I don't know. Oh no, Alabama, from Birmingham. Or so he says. The great swindle of 2021. Yeah, and we talked about postmark Birmingham and Blackhawk, the relatively popular pub rock western band from the area, if you'll recall. Not that I recall. These are looking good. It's true. Fish and chip. Were you here, Frosty, when we did the fish and chips? I can't remember. And sushi. Yeah, it's a winner. There's no doubt about it. I feel like these tomatoes are fried. I mean, there's kind of like a tempura. I remember that when there was that rando that joined like twice. It's like, oh, every time you're cooking, you're frying something. And it does seem like that, doesn't it? And then Boomshine banned him. I guess I fry a fair bit. And those chumps that wanted to see inside the fridge, they never showed up again. Ugh. It's tough being a internet celebrity. I ate so much sushi yesterday, like too much. I regretted it. I thought it was a good idea, and then I ordered like more than what I should have, and then I was like, well, I can't eat it tomorrow, and I ate it all. Oh, just too much. Lessons learned. All right, let's serve up, people. Yeah, it was a weird request, and I said if you follow the channel, I'll show you next stream, and one of them did. And then I never did. Oh yeah, too much sushi. It's a thing. I'll tell you that much. For free. Red cooking coins. One of the best cooking coins. Alright. Let's do it. First stream of 2022. It's pretty much there. All right, our Savannah rice smells very promising. So it said, you'll notice we didn't, cook it with the cheese on. It says put it on afterwards. That looks like American food to me. So, let's serve it up. Could be. My life would be a lot simpler. Imagine if I only streamed once a year. Maybe that could be the that's the new meta. Robot vax and one stream a year. Means I don't have to clean or stream. Slaw. A bigger spoon would have made sense, but anyway. I like slaw with a bit of sweetness in it. So these green apples are going to do it. Well, that's because you're from Birmingham, bloody England, aren't you? Or maybe you haven't been down to Georgia for a while.
Like the devil?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the devil meant.
This guy doesn't know what American food is. Oh man, I need a can of Dr. Pepper to go with it. What? Oh, up. George is up from where? Alabama. Yeah, right. I see. Dang Alabamans. Oh, it's made me tired. And I feel like with the garnish, there is none. This is what you'd get in Georgia. Straight up. Honest country homestead cooking. Here we are. We have 3 recipes that I've never cooked before. The Savannah shrimp rice I'm interested in. I suspect it's good news. The fried green tomatoes we just harvested from the garden before we cooked them. And then the apple slaw, which is just coleslaw with green apples. Nothing particularly amazing about that, but I suspect all 3 of them are going to be good. So let's see. It's really hot. Yes. That is good rice. I absolutely will do that again. That's satisfying stuff. Slaw. It's coleslaw with a sweet burst, but using the green apples, so these are Granny Smiths, so you get a bit of acidity there, which is important because the rice is quite heavy. And then these tomatoes, I feel like, so these are billed as a side dish. I don't know. I'm just gonna eat one straight up. It feels hot. Yeah. Hang on. So what that to me is kind of like a that's a nice side dish, and it's an interesting way to have tomatoes. I've never done anything like that before. I can't think of a single recipe where it calls for like battering and frying tomato slices. Yeah, and that's good fun. And along with the rest of it, no, we've got ourselves a winner, people. Wait. Here's the winner. Winner, lads. Excellent. Well, thanks everyone who joined us. Welcome to 2022. Thanks for your ongoing support. Plenty more of this where it came from. If you haven't joined our Discord, all 3 of these recipes I will post later this evening because I have written them down. So if you want to try this for yourself, you absolutely can. And I recommend that you do. I'm going to leave it there. Zozza just cashed in the coins. We're going to go and eat it. Have a good evening, and we will catch you again in theory tomorrow. I feel like I want to keep the American theme going this week, so keep an eye out, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.